In this video, I'll be doing an unboxing and review of Moto G96 5G in 2026 as I bought it in 2026 basically because this is the only last phone in its own price range of around 20k or 20,000 rupees that actually comes with some good features as well. So I've just bought this phone like 2 days ago and I've just set it up and everything like that, and I'm gonna give you my honest review and is it any good or not. So let's see. So first of all, as you can see, it's a fingerprint sensor. Let me just open the box. So if I take the phone out, as you can see, the display quality of this phone is actually pretty good. And recently the newer versions of any smartphone, even the Moto G37 power, G57 powers, they are so much overpriced. I mean, they are so much overpriced that it's almost insane. I would not even recommend buying them. And this phone, which is the Moto G96 5G, is one of its kind actually. And the fact that this phone comes with a POLED display, 144 Hz, so the refresh rate is actually pretty good, although it's almost indistinguishable from 60 Hz to 144 Hz. I mean, I can't even see a big difference with this, but although it's a nice smooth and swappy almost like that, you know. So yeah, that's nice thing about it. So let me do a bit of a camera test of this phone because I think this is a bit more important thing than anything else, because this phone comes with a Sony LYT 700C sensor, which is actually being used on Moto Edge 50 Pro as well. So the fact that this phone comes with that kind of sensor, it's actually pretty good. So let me give you a bit of a image quality test. So this is the image quality and zooming capability of this phone. As you can see, it's almost 10x zoom. But the fact that this phone actually works the best if you are using a third-party app like this, the open camera app. Now, right from start, as you can see, the colors are now much nicer. They are nice. Now if I zoom in, you can actually have the full access of 50 megapixel sensor in third-party apps as well. So you can see there. Now the image quality is now much sharper if you are using it on the third-party apps. So because the primary camera app has so many AI algorithms and noise denoising things that the detail gets so much mushed in, then it almost becomes unbearable. Although the good thing about this phone, and I've come from a Samsung ecosystem, so a few things that I liked about it, a few things I did not like about it, and we will talk about these things especially in regards of 2026. Although the good thing about this phone is that it is actually coming with Android 16. So all you need to do is just update the phone if it's in Android 15, and it will just run on Android 16. So that's a nice thing, although a bit of a, you could say that you can only upgrade it to Android 16, but who cares, right? I mean, it does not really matter anyways, because what we are paying here is for the hardware, not for any software feature, because these type of feature you can actually install by any third party apps and so many more. So let me give you a bit of a video test as well as a sound quality test of this phone. So as this phone comes with a stereo speaker, dual stereo speaker, and this is a nice thing about it. So let me put the mic near to the phone and I'll test the sound quality. This is the main microphone. This is the secondary. So as you can see, audio is coming from the both loudspeaker of this smartphone. Now a thing about 5G connectivity as well, because I think this thing should be talked about. Now the 5G connection and connectivity is actually pretty good with this phone. I mean, I did not have any problems with it, unless if you want good 5G speed, you have to go get outside and get near to the tower. So these things actually apply with this one as well, so there's nothing much. And about something like Wi-Fi reception, well, the Wi-Fi reception of this phone is actually pretty good. Actually, I'm coming from Samsung M05, so my Samsung M05 actually is very bad at picking up weaker Wi-Fi signals. So this phone is actually pretty good. It can actually detect every single Wi-Fi that is currently broadcasting around you. So that's a good thing about the Moto G96 5G. And it's almost, I would say, the display quality, I think this is more important now. Now, as you can see, the display quality of this phone is actually pretty good. I mean, just look at it. I mean, because it's a POLED display, so blacks are nice and the colors are nice, rich and poppy. So that's a nice thing about it. And the viewing angles, I mean, this is very important. The viewing angles of this phone is actually pretty good. Now, a few problems that you might come across with an OLED panel is that text might not be that much sharp if you are comparing it with your IPS panels. So with this phone, actually the text is almost as sharp. I mean, I did not see a huge difference. Yeah, a bit. It's a bit less sharper, I would say, if I compare it with a true IPS panel, because the pixel arrangement of a OLED display is a bit different than your IPS panels. So yeah, that's a bit of a problem. But in image quality, this display actually excels a lot. So let me play a bit of a few Hindi songs, and you can be the judge about, image quality as well. So let's play a video and we will see the kind of quality that's coming out from it. Now, also the good thing about this phone is that it actually has a 4K playback option in YouTube. So if you want to play 4K videos, you can actually play them in this phone. Like the older phones only can go up to 2K, but this phone can actually go up to 4K. So yeah, that's a nice thing about it. Now let me play another video and I'll give you a bit of a... So as you can see, the display quality is actually pretty good of this smartphone. And I'm gonna give you a display quality from the sides. As you can see, it's pretty good. I mean, there is no discoloration effects like with some Samsung OLED, Super AMOLED display happens. And considering the fact that this display is, like this. So this display is also curved, so you can see the display, it looks very rich and very nice and magnificent. So you can see the color quality is also pretty good, and the image quality is all over pretty nice of this phone. So yeah guys, this was a bit of a image quality. So few things that I liked about this phone is 4G connectivity. Obviously 4G is very, sorry, 5G, as well as audio quality is very good, display quality is very good, and the camera quality is also good, but it's not as good because the sensor is good, but you need some third-party apps to make it work. So if you're using it with the primary, default camera app, it might really might be a bit of a disappointment. But if you are using it with a third-party open source camera app, then the image quality gets much nicer. I mean, just look at the difference, as there is much more detail if you are using a third-party app, and there is no detail in if you are using the main primary app, because there is so much noise reduction going on with this phone that it actually makes it almost impossible to get any good image quality. And if you like to shoot manually in this phone, like with the pro mode, there is a bit of a problem, guys, and this is a bit annoying, I would say, because this phone has OIS basically, which means optical is image stabilization. So when you're actually taking, like, say, a night photography or astrophotography, the sensor is actually still, moving around inside the phone, trying to balance the phone, even though the phone is actually in, stationary position, and that can actually end up giving you softer image quality with this phone. And if I go into the sensor, and the good thing about this phone is that the secondary apps or the third party camera apps can actually access the full 51 megapixel of this smartphone. So that's a nice thing, and the reason why I am able to zoom in 10x with the open camera app is because I am actually accessing the full 50 megapixel sensor of this phone. So that's a nice thing because my Samsung phones can only allow me 13 megapixel, so that was a bit of a limitation. So they kind of did it a bit nicer with the Moto phones. So yeah guys, that was a nice thing about it. And in terms of hanging, yeah guys, this phone actually runs on Snapdragon, but the fact that this phone actually hangs a little. So let me show you some of the features like this Qualcomm Snapdragon 7s Gen 2. Now this processor is very capable. I mean, you can actually play good games with this and it actually gives you nice 5G reception, but the problem with this is that it actually hangs a little bit sometimes. The Because I always thought like the Snapdragon processor are actually better than MediaTek, but actually it's not a big of a deal. Although the good thing is the phone does not overheat, so that's a nice thing I guess, because my MediaTek processors actually do hang and they actually overheat as well. So that's a bad thing, and this phone does not overheat. Only in if you're charging it with a fast charger, then it will heat up a little bit, about 40 degrees Celsius. But in general, the temperature of this phone actually inside the normal ranges, as you can see, the temperatures are pretty nice, and the ambient temperature right now is about 25 degrees Celsius. So you can see the battery temperatures as well. So yeah guys, this is my overall